All right, we're doing more of these systems of equations, word problems. Now we're dealing with interest types of problems. So we're looking at Sally, who has $1,800 in savings in 2 accounts, and her total interest for the year, which was $93 from one of the accounts, earning 6% and the other earning 3%. How much does she have in each account is the question at what we're looking to solve. So let's call the first one X. So we have a 6% interest rate. And then we have our Y value, which we're going to call the 3% account. So we have these two numbers, and then we are focusing on what we're doing as far as totals and situations like that. So we have Sally earning, she's got $1,800 altogether between these two accounts. So the 6% added to the 3% account gives me $1,800. Now together they're earning $93. So here's where we have to put the percentages in for our problem. So we are going to look at 6%. You got to be real careful with this. 6% is 0.06, and that is the X because that's the 6% one. We're going to add it to the 3% one, 0.03, and we are going to combine those two together, and we're going to get $93 for that. Now, if I am, depending upon which way you want to go ahead and do this, I am actually going to take and I'm going to solve for the X. I'm going to get the X out of there. So I'm going to substitute X in to get substitution here. So I'm going to subtract Y on both sides, leaving me with X is equal to negative Y plus 1,800. And so I'm going to take this portion right here, sub it in for the other equation right where X is. So what I have is 0.06, and then in parentheses, everything that you see here, negative Y plus 1,800. Then I'm going to rewrite the whole rest of this equation. Plus 0.03 Y equals 93. So I'm going to go ahead, and when I combine our distributed property, we've got negative 0.06 Y, and then we've got plus 108 when I multiply that, and 0.03Y equals 93. So combined, and I'm going to subtract the 108, combine these two Y's in 1 second, and as a result of that, I'm going to end up with negative 0.03Y equals a negative 15. Then I'm going to divide both sides by a negative 0.03Y. Again, you have negative values, but you're dividing by negative, so it ends up being fine at the end. That's going to cancel, and that's going to leave me with Y is equal to 500. So in account, the 3% account, you have $500. So that's $500 in the 3% account. And they're asking for both of them in this one. So I'm going to go back up to the original up here because it makes more sense. So we have X plus 500 equals 1,800. Subtract 500 on both sides, and that leaves me with a total of X equaling $1,300 in the 6% account. If you want more questions like this, you can find them in my YouTube channel, You Want Algebra. Check these out under the Systems of Equations section.